Hello and welcome back to the Dolecast. My name is Diggity Dog Houston, and I am joined this week by Soupy, Campbell, and Matthew Dinsmore. Is that one of them? It is. It's Dinsmore. He's arrived. So we'll do this quickly. This podcast is going to be excellent, I'll tell you now. And if it's not excellent, then I won't post this intro. I'll just say forget about it. But because you're watching it, it means it was excellent. B team tickets in the limelight, 27th of June. Get after it, or I'll come to your house and tear your face off. So thanks very much for joining me in this week's episode. Let's get it started. But like, kill your darlings today, I feel like it's an exam that I haven't opened the textbook for. Like, 100%. Oh my goodness.
But there was one time before I done ICT in school and we about for the whole year. Like, I mean, the whole year. Sorry, apologies, I swore. But straight away, off rip, we messed about the whole year. And like 4 days before the test, the teacher was like, right, here's the test materials. And obviously, you're meant to be looking at them for months.
Yeah.
And so I was an ICT test, so they could have asked a question about dinosaurs, and I'd have been like, it makes sense. You know, I had no clue. Like, so I ended up doing the test, got a B in it somehow, right?
Serious?
Complete chance. And the teacher went up to my mum. My mum works in the school I went to, and the teacher was like, I'm so proud of you, Stephen. She was like, my mum was like, why? I'm not. But she was like, he got the highest score that's ever recorded in this school on that test, right? And that goes to show you the standard of education.
Where did you go?
Well, in that particular class, there was only 4 of us in our class. And yeah, mad. Because it was double award ICT, double award applied ICT.
Okay.
So it was like, you know, the boys were like, here, just do something, you know.
I've never heard of it before in my life. 2 GCSEs for ICT.
A-level. Did I say GCSE?
Was it A-level?
A-level.
Did he say
Right.
A-level?
Apologies.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
A-level.
See, when I was in, I think 4th or 5th year, I did ICT, but it was like 2 years. So it was like, 4th, 5th year, 2 years. And like, the classroom's like a really, really long, like, room, right? So there was a bunch of, like, big long room of computers, and I was right at the back of it. So I was like, right, what I'm gonna do is, I've just decided for the next 2 years I'm gonna write a book, like fiction book. So I must have got 3 or 4 chapters into this, like created all this lore that there's like 7 kingdoms, and like they were all built off by walls and everything.
Was this Game of Thrones perchance?
It was very similar. It was called Magnamore, right? And it was, I'm being serious, proper lore, and I was like, right, it's gonna be a trilogy of books, and then this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. Had the whole lore planned out, and the teacher came up to me one day and was like, what is this, an essay or something? What are you doing? And I'm just pages and pages and pages and pages of just fictional lore, like. I see
Fanfics in the classroom's crazy.
Fanfic, teacher's the main character and all. I love interest.
Blades petrified. You know.
We had a boy who was obsessed. Now he was a wee bit. I'm not like he was just an odd character, and he
special
was.
Needs.
No, he was.
Okay,
he was special needs.
Okay.
He was just real weird. Like he grew up with like really, really old parents, and he like never had a fizzy drink in his life before. Like he
that is mad. Like
that is mad. He never tried Coke or Fanta or anything. And like he used to say when he got a chippy, he would have a cup of tea, and I was like, the only person I know who does that is my granny.
Granny, I was gonna say that's how granny moves.
And whenever I told my man and dad about him, they were like, "Oh, your granny takes a cup of tea with her chippy now." But he got caught drawing. His main obsession was airships. Do you know, like Zeppelins? Like the big
blimps,
from World War II.
Situation.
And we were in a substitute class one day, and he I don't know why he wasn't doing any work. He was a wee nerd, like, so he would have been working, but he was just drawing these big blimps. And the teacher came over and he was like, "What are you doing, Rowan?" And he was, sorry, I just outed him.
What's his surname?
He definitely doesn't have social media or like a phone or anything.
Yeah, still uses Telegram. Like
the rests in a bottle and chucks him in the sea.
Carrier pigeon.
But the look of like shame on his face when he was like, he had to go like, "I'm drawing airships, sir."
Got me blimping. Blimp biscuit. Woo! We've started.
Blimping ain't easy.
Led Zeppelin as well.
What was that one?
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
I've nothing else.
no.
Should have left it.
Blimping ain't easy.
I don't know what that is, but yeah.
Pimping.
Oh, pimp. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Blimp my ride.
Yeah.
Okay. Big team 27th of June. Get your tickets, folks. Boys, new Pope. What do we think?
Good lad.
I
seen one of them memes, so did, and
one of them memes.
one of them memes, memes. Oh, doesn't matter. But I seen, and obviously he's from Chicago. I seen a meme like the Pope announce himself to the world coming up on the balcony, but Chief Keef loves Sosa playing in the background because he's from Chicago. I loved it.
King Von or something as well.
Apparently, I saw, right, and you'll love this. Apparently, he's a huge Mission Impossible fan, right? But the new Mission Impossible movie, like the final one, comes out in 2 weeks, and someone was like, "Imagine being like a die-hard fan. And you're like, you're the Pope now. You see, like, probably won't have time the next 2 weeks to take yourself off to the Odeon." And, like,
Oh no, he's getting the Pope Mobile down for a premiere and all that. Like,
how mad is the Pope Mobile as a concept?
But I love how they just went, we'll call it the Pope Mobile. You know what I mean?
It's so stupid.
like
Like,
Batman call his car actually. We'll just take that. It's the same kind of thing. But you know, have you ever seen Cars? This is a bit of a tangent, but
like the Pixar
film,
movie. Yeah.
So there's a Pope in Cars as well.
Yes.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But he doesn't drive a Pope Mobile. He just drives a normal Pope.
Around.
He's just a normal Pope car.
So he is the Pope Mobile.
Yeah.
So I actually seen a thing one time. I don't know who it was, so apologies, but I seen that
Ronan.
it was this.
Okay.
Yeah, it was this idea that because the
Yeah.
Pope Mobile exists in Cars, the Troubles then exist.
Yeah,
in Cars.
because it implies that there's Protestant and Catholic cars, which
Right
also implies
enough.
that there's like troubles in Northern
Right
Ireland.
enough.
I see it's a German comedian. I don't remember his name either, but
Yeah, I
he lives
seen
in
that.
Ireland.
Right enough.
So funny.
Car bombings?
Car bomb. There it is. Car bombings. That is mad.
Is that like a suicide?
Yeah, checking on your car.
No. Do you think they just have like human bombs then? You know what I mean? The roles are reversed.
It's so
Mate, right enough, the troubles. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So like, trying to think
you
what
take that clip out of context, right enough the troubles. It's crazy.
Hunger Striker's just a car with no fuel in it. Like, there's a clip. There it is. That's mad. But surely there's definitely there's German cars in the second one.
Oh wow, they're being
So that would be a
Nazi cars like
Holocaust.
Volkswagens.
There's a Holocaust. That's great. Oh no. Here, mad thought though. I'm trying to think of every other mental world thing that Hiroshima. Surely there was a 9/11.
Oh, would it
9/11.
have been a garage at the Christ Centre or something? Then?
There's no way all the planes are like real, like
Yeah.
in cars. So it would have been like planes.
Is
like,
there not a planes film?
there's a
though?
planes movie as well, set in the world of cars. So that would mean then like one of the two of the planes are like, I can't be bothered with this anymore. And then on the side of it, Osama playing Latin. I don't know. I don't know.
Playing London?
Yeah, there it is. Madness.
London.
That is madness. I'm trying to think of any other historical events that are just like mental.
Mad to have inanimate objects.
Yeah,
like
talking
acting
about
out. Yeah.
Well, obviously the baby Jesus would have been a baby car then as well. If you
Yeah.
go way back, like you're
or
talking
like a
Moped.
the Trojan horse, like whenever the Romans, the Greeks and the Romans, the Trojan horse, what would that have been?
it would have been a big like
Like quick fit, just going.
MOT centre.
no, but do you reckon they have to pass driving tests, or you just
Good
you're
point.
just able to
I
walk?
think that's just learning to walk.
Yeah, mad. Get it? Yes.
equivalent.
Theory test for learning to walk. How long did it take you boys to pass your car test?
I'm one of these boys. Actually, this feeds into or what I said earlier. I am just so lucky when it comes to like tests and all that stuff that I just pass them first time. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just pot luck. But like, I done a few lessons. Sorry, didn't book my theory. No, everyone was saying book your theory first, and then it like gives you the kick to go do it. But done like 3 or 4 lessons, skint, and then booked my theory one day in school. Forgot all about it like 2 months later, and I was like, what date's it today? Whatever date it was, and I was like, I have a feeling I have something on today. I went and checked my emails and was like, I've got my theory test in 2 hours.
Have you looked at any?
So I
of it?
hadn't looked at anything. So I just like I was in class and I was like, my mate, he was one of the only boys that drove. I was like, can you throw me into the town till I do my theory? He was like, sweet. So I had to leave class to like go into the
That's
town.
mad.
And then I just went in completely in the car on the way down. I got the wee app and I was just like answering, failing all of them. Like I was like, I'm cooked here.
Good. Yeah.
And then went and just passed it. I just
That's
completely.
mad. To be 4 goes past my theory test.
Really?
And that was me like.
You would have been young though, because you're a young guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I passed 2 years ago now. 2 years ago in August I passed. But then like
Would you have been in 18?
I would have been 18. Yeah,
That's, you know, you take as many times as you
What
want.
did you?
at that age. I'm 26.
26. Yeah.
I didn't pass till I was 24.
Oh,
really?
I didn't do it. I did lessons when I was 18. Stopped them. and then went back to them. I did like 40 lessons or in total, like over the course of like 4 years, maybe.
That's
6
so
years.
funny to be take little lessons and be like, I'll come back to this one day.
You know what it was? I moved house and I just couldn't be bothered getting my provisional changed. You know the way you change your address.
Oh, yeah.
It was
yeah,
sheer laziness, but there's something about driving instructors just never really took a shine to them.
Fair. See, because this is kind of unrelated, but like before I was 18, when it came to like clubbing and stuff, like obviously like anybody that passed or hadn't passed was using a provisional, obviously as ID.
Aye.
But then like, did you boys ever change your ID at all before you were 18?
What do you
Or
mean
like try,
change it?
as in like fake it?
Oh
No, I
Never?
just used my mate who lived beside me. His passport looked nothing like me, and it was cancelled. And they just let me into all the nightclubs. I could have rocked it in Uri. Like I could have rocked
I was
up.
gonna say Newry kind seems kind of lawless for that kind of stuff.
I could have rocked up with a black woman's passport and they'd have been like, and you get, you know what I mean? Like, didn't matter. Like,
All right, Shaniqua, come on in. It was mad.
so honestly, it was-
Shaniqua Campbell.
like, it was literally just for like, I remember one stage like one of the boys forgot his ID, but he always got into this place, and he was like, no, I forgot my ID, baby. All right, I always get in. And then they were like, do you have your ID? And he was like, oh, I don't even. They were like, just hand me anything for the camera. So he just took out his bank card and he was like, go on ahead.
My pre-formal, you had to dress up as something, I can't remember why, but I dressed up as Spider-Man, so like full skin tight like suit, right? But I wasn't 18, so I had put like, so if you get like a wee sheet of tracing paper and draw, so I changed the 04 and my date of birth to a 3, right? And then like cut it all out and finally put the 3 over the 4 and everything, and like it looked decent, but
Possible,
like,
or like at a glance.
but
yeah.
like and I was like, right, okay, and like you almost can't enjoy your night till you get inside because you're like, if I
Your
get
head's
turned
goosed,
away,
yeah.
like and literally got up, gave me dressed full Spider-Man outfit, gave the one my passport, and she just goes, scratches it off and went no, and all my mates got in, and they were, and like obviously because we were like 17 at this stage, so like everybody's just like, I'm in a club, I don't care. Inside,
Every
me
man for
standing
himself.
outside, Peter Parker, full Spider-Man costume.
Why did I just climb the wall? Not back.
And then like I was like, I don't know what to do here. I was like, I'm not walking around Belfast like dressed as Spider-Man.
Should have just stopped crime.
The city needs me. And then like I just wait, the bunch are changed, and like she scratched the thing off, like it's gone. And I was like, oh, well, just went up, handed my actual passport to a different guy, and he went, oh yeah, go on. And I was like, are you being serious? That's mad.
Like the only time we ever were sweating about getting into places was in a teenage disco. Funny enough, right? So first teenage disco I went to was like in Dundalk, right?
Last week.
Second one's tonight.
me change my passport to make me look younger. I just had puberty. That's what I got. But yeah, so but we were on. I remember like we like photocopied our passports and we were like changing it on like Paint or whatever it was, you know, doing it that way and putting text over it and then reprinting it out and then layering it over.
Mental.
Such-
That's like Ocean's 11 stuff. That's crazy.
Such an operation, and then like it didn't even need them. Like, you know, it just made no sense. Didn't even need them. Like, but you were saying about getting into nightclubs. Like we went to the Belmont one time in Banbridge. Probably don't none of you probably are.
What'd you call it?
The Belmont.
The Belmont? No.
Yeah, but yeah. So we were going there, and it was my mate's birthday. It's his 18th actually. A bus load was lying down. And I actually drank a half bottle of Buckfast on the bus via peer pressure. You know what we love to drink with Soupy. I stood up, down the whole half bottle of Buckfast, everyone going mad, right? And then I was like, I was class, and then I just sat down and was in the trenches, and everyone else just get, you know what I mean?
The absolute wars, yeah.
And I remember just like poking in my mouth and all being like, this is horrendous. Like, anyway, sorted myself out, and we were right at the front of the line. Birthday boy right in front of me right behind him. Right at the front of the line, the bouncer was like, too many in, that's it. We were like, are you joking? Like, so we had to like go all the way around the back. We're trying to climb over the fence and all. Me being a rotund gentleman, couldn't do it. Like, and then somebody just opened the side gate and was like, Soupy, you coming in? I was like, sure,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah.
So went to walk in, and he was like blocking my way to try and like, you know, get other people in. Next thing you know, this bouncer comes behind him, pushes him on top of me, and I'm like, what? So I try and get in past the bouncer, and the bouncer's absolutely clotheslined me.
Serious?
And I fall straight back down, and I fall down a big, like, there's a big grass embankment and all, nightmare. I was ruined, like. And then 2 minutes later, somebody opened the same gate, and I was like, cheers, mate, walked in. I was walking around this nightclub, mucking gutters all over me, like,
Stinking.
lethal.
See, like, you strike me as a guy that loves a night out.
I'm partial.
Partial, you know, you partake in an
the odd
evening,
beer from time to time.
an evening at the discos, you know, not the school ones.
No, I don't discriminate. No, weird. It's
School leavers. Dinzy rocks up. Well,
did a quick 10 minutes.
Yeah,
In the bathrooms.
hosting the awards.
No, it's weird you say that because my ma has.
because you were there last night. It's weird actually. 'Cause I was at,
My ma's mate, she has a daughter. Happy birthday, Lucinda, if you're watching. But it's her 18th tonight, and my ma's.
You're going
No, I'm not. This is the thing.
He's raging.
No, I was invited. My ma says to me, she goes, "Are you coming down to your birthday party?" I says, "There's not a mission." She goes, "Why not?" I was like, first of all, right, I don't know anyone there. She goes, "You drink with me, all my friends." I goes, "I'm not sitting drinking with a load of women."
Yeah.
Secondly, I'm not going to an 18th birthday party, right? Can you imagine the stick I get off my mate saying, "What is that? Well, what is that tonight, lads? Just going to an 18th here. Is it your birthday?" You know what I mean?
18ths were class back in the day. I remember there was a stage around Newry where last week, but no, I remember like whenever it was someone's 18th, if you knew them or not, you best believe I was going to that
there?
Foresters
Yeah,
Club. You know what I mean? I was going to whatever strange function room that you rented out, and I was going there and I was pretending to be your mate. Like there was like hundreds of people at these things. Like,
Did you guys have like rival factions? If this makes sense, so like people from other schools or different
Protestants?
groups? Yeah, sorry, yeah, true. See, as a Protestant man, right? As a Protestant man, I was driving in the Newry the other week for that Bad Movie podcast.
Shout out.
And shout out. And I was driving through, and then like it basically felt like I'd walked into like West Belfast, drove in just like flags everywhere, and I was like, oh my goodness, I am gonna die here.
Tricolour everywhere. Yeah, it's class.
But like no, like when we were like in school, like if there was a party on, like, you know, there'd be another school would like crash it or whatever, or like, and like, I don't know, it's just because you're in different schools, but there was always a sense like, we got to chin these boys here.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we've got to chin them.
How dare they wear a different colour uniform?
How dare they go to that school that they have absolutely a right to go to?
I always remember like the school trips. That was a big one for school trips. I remember like we all went to M&D's in Scotland on a school trip one day, like a day trip. It's like a
big amusement park.
No
idea.
Yeah.
What?
No idea.
And funny enough, I actually remember just a quick sidebar on this here. There was like a wee like a chippy van or something. I went up to get a thing of Coke. I grew up with a Scottish fella, so I understood the Scottish accent. Not that it's hard to understand, but whatever, you know. But we all
We'll master the dialect.
we always used to take the mickey out of him, and you know, so we were always doing the Scottish accent. But this one, I don't know where this it was Middle English. This woman was speaking, right? But I was like,
Ye old.
yeah. I goes, can I get a medium Coke, please? She goes, "No working." I goes, "What?" I goes, medium Coke." She goes, "No working." I goes, yeah. And she goes, "Is no working." I was like, "All right, sorry, thank you." But I adort myself. But so a load of ones on this ferry going over. Obviously schools in Belfast and all as well, but I remember like us all pulling up on the bus, and it was like all the boys dead silent. It was primal. Like all the boys were like, "He's looking at me." I mean, boys were fighting like for no reason. Just
But
going
this is
up.
the thing, it happens 100%.
Class.
Yeah, unreal. Our school did a cross community thing with St Malachy's, right? Even though like BRA, there's plenty of Catholics in BRA, like
mixed school, isn't
yeah, it's
it,
mixed
anyway?
school. There was like always like a cross community thing where like we all went down into criminal jail for some reason. Great day with the boys.
Yeah.
And
Hey, where it all started.
yeah, that's right, true. And they like because they're an all boys school, like they'd get a whiff of a BRA girl, and they're just like you're like kids' dogs, like
Rabid,
they're just running about. Then I remember like there was a party we went to. It was a girl's 18th, you were probably there, and there was Dinzy, and you drinking with all the women in the background.
Rubbing and getting them drink.
Uncle Dinsy's doing a run the line flare every one day.
Who wants a fig? Take away smoking my vape, love.
Ice blast.
You run away with a blue Raz, blue Riz, and folks, we're just taking a wee quick break from this week's episode. Nearly said this week's ad read. All about the money. To tell you about our sponsorship, Go Barbecue Co. Guys, we love Go Barbecue Co. We are coming into those summer months, aren't we?
Yes.
We are. We're coming into those summer months, and a day like today, you know, there's nothing I'd love more than putting a few chicken breasts on the barbecue. You know, we fillet, a wee bit of mince. Now, you might have an issue because it might crumble through mince, do you know what I mean? 'Cause it's quite thin. But hey ho, because I'm telling you, if I was cooking mince in a barbecue, I know what barbecue to cook it on. a Go Barbecue Co. one. Folks, they have fantastic brands. Some of the most famous brands in the world are stocked at Go Barbecue Co. As well as heaters, pizza ovens, stoves, rubs for your meat. Rub your meat, guys, with Go Barbecue. And then they've also Go Barbecue Lad raffles, which is their raffle. Their wee passion project on the side, which is their raffles. For less than a flat white, do you hear me? A flat white, you can get a raffle ticket and potentially win the barbecue that will make your summer. I tried to whistle there, didn't do it. Whoa, crazy. Guys, get after it. Go Barbecue. Fantastic. Back to the podcast. But these lads turned up to this party, and like the girl had like, you ever get like, it's just a nightmare when like someone kisses another person's like girl or whatever it is, and like these boys gripping each other up and all, and you're going like, this is class. And then like she had a very young brother, he's about 5 or 6, and in the middle like these boys squared up, some other boy just picked up his like brand new Premier League ball, roofed it as fuck as he could, 6 houses away. And I was like, that's not even like over the fence. You can go and get that. That's like, that's gone. You're not getting that back.
You're not getting that
and
back.
There's no need for that whatsoever.
No.
But when on Saturday you felt like to me you were like holding court in the Marcus Ford. Like we walked in, every single boy was like, well, Dinzy wants to crack. No,
it was insane. That was here, Aura.
Or,
you know what I mean?
Or farming in the Marcus Ford.
You were all getting mogged by me in the Marcus Ward. Marcus Ward.
Took the words out. Oh, great. Very good.
No, and do you know what I felt awkward? Because I was the one who suggested Marcus Ward because we were looking somewhere to go for like a quiet few pints. And then I go to the one place where I was like, most of the people.
Boys, there's an 18th around the corner.
You were in the 18th group chat being like, we're all landing over the Marcus Ward here.
A few lads coming around for the girls.
Lads, if you just want to come tonight, we can go. Like, I don't mind. I love the company. You know what I mean?
Must have such a sticker, kill your darlings, like, here, Dinzy, any offers going for that 18th birthday? just needing that out of the house. I know you're holding court. Like, we were talking, every guy walked past you, well, Dinzy, what's the crack?
I didn't know you had motion like that.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It was like being on the iceberg lounge with a penguin. Like, it was mad.
I don't know how to take up one, to be honest. I do walk with a limp.
Do you?
No, I do not. What are you talking about? He's showing me.
So offended.
Oh, class.
I do love my ma, though.
You have her locked up now already. Spoilers to the penguin there. Oh no, it's class. But like me and you, most deep conversation I've had in a while. But like podcast viewership and everything. Yeah, because we did a solo episode on Monday. Like the way we work with the solo episodes, this podcast is pretty much like very close to when it comes out, like so that anything we're talking about is fairly relevant or recent, and it's very easy to edit. I brought her up, I was like, me and Soupy on Saturday night, like just got into it for like an hour and a half about like comedy and viewership,
just the intricacies, like
that's been like compare views and everything, being like, well, this here and this here and this here. What do you think? And then he's in the corner just like a pimp, like everybody loving it.
Man, avalanches with dapping up, like crazy,
like oh man.
But you were saying about like editing the podcast and doing things topical and all, like that. My podcast is completely the opposite of that. Like where
you're talking about COVID in yours.
I'm like, hey, did you hear about them twin doors?
They say they're putting this into a lockdown here or something. Yeah, but to be fair, yours is very difficult. Like in terms of like. It's a lot of prep and
manage, like and
it's more like a TV show in a sense.
It's a show, like it's a show. I'm actually stopping calling it a podcast now because it's more of a show. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I love I don't want to call it the niche, but the whole idea of it is just so good. I love it. I think I was at a few pints deep, getting a bit of love talk. So it was on Saturday. So I was like, Soupy, see what you're doing. It's the most creative thing I've ever seen.
I was lapping it up, bro.
Oh, well, I'll stand by it.
But yeah, Too Many Cooks, by the way, is what it's called. Too Many Cooks. It's a cooking show.
So what have you made on it? That's very interviewee.
No,
what have you made on your cooking show?
See, that's actually what I find when I'm on the pod. Like I just love having
crack,
right?
Limp Bizkit and all,
Limp Bizkit, Led Zeppelin, all class, all right. But it's so difficult to cook and talk at the same time, right? So I've decided to do that, right? Yeah. So I find sometimes when I'm talking, it feels like I'm interviewing people because I'm like, and tell me more about this, because I'm like, you talk for a minute, my head's wrecked, trying to mix this, whatever, like,
because I'm concerned that like it's boring for the viewer, but then
yeah, but it's more just like
also you've food to cook, so like
yeah, food to cook. Yeah. So it's kind of a combination. I'm trying to like figure out the balance of do I want to be more food centric or do I want to be more crack centric? You know,
because if you want to be more crack centered, you could always kind of be like, this is one I prepared earlier, but like that's kind of takes away then from the.
It's kind of I might as well just have a pod. You might as well just order a Chinese here. I'm gonna eat it. You know what I mean?
We also have the
what a
like,
feed
sort
that
of-
would be. The three of us are like, oh come on boys.
Can we arrange that, by the way? I haven't had breakfast today.
Chinese.
1:45 in the morning, we're like, 1:45 in the afternoon, we're all like, right, let's get a big feed here.
Right, boys. Here's the plan. Right, podcast, Chinese, kill your darlings, Dinsy's 18th.
What a day! Another Chinese after.
Oh yeah, certainly, certainly.
The good thing I suppose about your podcast is even like I know if you're on a podcast you're maybe struggling to have a bit of crack, not that you have been, but you can always turn to the food and there's that sort of safety net.
It is a safety net.
That's what I was thinking.
Raw chicken,
You know, just start eating
spice
food.
things up.
But so what I've made so far is pancakes. Lamb 𝐒𝐿 made pancakes. Gino Lynch of Taxi Joe fame, is it Newry sketch show?
Okay.
Come on, I made chicken curry. We tried to emulate Ken's chicken curry. Anyone from Newry will know what Ken's chicken curry is famous.
Okay.
But and then Adam and his mum Jordan Robinson come on and made a veggie lasagna. Adam and his mum come on and made the famous Lisbon pavlova that she's tortured every year because she makes loads of them every Christmas, like 40 of them every Christmas, and has never given anyone the recipe. And
Serious?
come on to my podcast, and so I'm like,
she made it on the pod.
we both made
One each.
me and Adam made a pavlova and she made a pavlova.
All right.
There's 3 Pavlovas kicking them out.
2 pavlovas, me and Adam combined.
Oh, sorry, yes.
And she made her own, and then we sort of compare them at the end or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's not out yet; it's in the middle of being edited. And then,
What are you talking about? That like
oh well, see,
the stock crash of 2008,
that was like last week. But
the recession.
see, Adam's Maz, she's filled with stories. Like she's good crack. So. It was a really good episode. It's not out yet. It's not edited and whatever. But that's what we were saying. I don't keep it topical, so I can sort of back them and have them.
Absolutely.
And then William Thompson come on, and we made smash burgers.
Nice.
And then Bob Movie Buff, Niall come on, and we made chicken and waffles.
Yes.
So James McKay was meant to come on originally. I didn't say that in the podcast because it kind of ruins the mistake a wee bit. You're like, he was meant to come on, but here I've got this but you know.
Yeah.
But and he had trouble with his car coming down, and so Niall stepped in last minute. Shout out. Usually I give the guests the option like what they want to
cook?
make.
Yeah.
Because then it gives me like, why do you want to cook that? Is it like, you know, it could be something you love, something you even hate, or something that means a lot to you, or like something nostalgic, or your cheap meal, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But thankfully, all the food's been great. Like everything we've made is genuinely at the end. I made and I'm like, this is actually. Like, I haven't had to pretend once to be like, delicious.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Now, if you did put something in your mouth and it was stinking, and the guest had made it, would you be like, that's not for me, or would you be like, like that's really nice?
I think the integrity. The integrity of the show is the subtext of the show is too many cooks spoil the broth, so inevitably the broth will be spoiled at some stage.
Yeah.
And I do make mess ups throughout the whole thing, but I'm able to save them. You know what I mean? But I think I would just say, I should have done this or should have done that. But the whole thing of the show is as well, it's so hard to mess food up so much that you actually can't eat it at all. And if you're like me, you eat it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, so,
Amen, brother.
yeah, you know what I mean?
What was like? Have you got a food in mind that you're like, that you really don't want to cook? That something that even you either don't like, or something that you think would be just too difficult to cook.
So there's been a couple of things that have been varied. That chicken and waffles took a long time. I had to marinate the chicken in buttermilk, but I had to make the waffles. Had to get a waffle maker. A couple of little things going on at once. Thankfully, Niall's nifty enough in the kitchen, so we kind of done half and half. But like anything that uses the oven quite a lot, like the lasagna, I was kind of worried about because I was like, that has to cook for like 45 minutes in the oven, so we had to cut and then wait.
It's not like true actually, because it's not just like a podcast where you can just be like, right, come down for an hour and we're done. It's more like we're here until the food is ready, and then and
then I
me doing like a big turkey takes like 6 hours.
basting it all night, up in the middle of the night,
dark and everything. We'll come back
up in the middle of the night, pajamas, the wee hat and all, you know what I mean? The wee gas lamp and all. But so yeah, anything that takes really long to cook, any slow cook type of stuff. But like with the lasagna episode, I kind of prepped a wee bit before Jordan came. I was prepping and stuff as well, so I had it all ready to go. So there was very little knife work needed done, which can take a while sometimes, especially if you're talking and whatever, you know. But absolutely. I'd hit the backdoor butter. Like, I don't care what it is. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So,
What a phrase, mate.
as long as it's he's on it too. He's on the upper
I put myself on the other day, even though I wasn't even like
My
talking
good friend
to
said to me in the car, "What is that noise you all keep doing?" And I was like, "No."
I love how Franco smiles. Keep telling him to stop doing it.
But here, right, what would you like to cook on it? Because obviously you're letting the guests choose. If you could choose to cook something,
I've got this. It's so hard to pin down. It's basically South American inspired slow pulled chicken, right? Unbelievable, right? I mean, one of the nicest things I've ever made. Basically, there's this. I'm gonna shout it out. There's this food truck in Derry called La Tijuana's, right? And I can't remember what country in South America it is, but it's South American, right? And they do arepas, and arepas is basically like arepas and what do you call it? Empanadas. Empanadas is basically a South American sausage roll, and empanada is basically a South American pita bread, right? But it's made out of cornbread, whatever, right? But the filling they put in, the chicken filling, and have this stuff called Oaxaca sauce, which is like if guacamole had personality, right? And that's basically what it is. And I tried to recreate it for like 2 years. I had it one time. They came to Warren Point for a food festival. I had it one time, and I was like, that's the nicest thing I've ever tasted. Tried to recreate it for like 2 or 3 years. Finally went back up to Derry. I thought I had it.
yeah,
Finally went back up to Derry, tasted it, and I was like, I'm nowhere near it. And I just asked him, and I was like, can you tell me how to make it? And he was like, I can't tell you exactly, but I can describe.
I get that. I hate that as
I've
well,
seen-
brother. Put it in my notes app right now. How do you
but
make it?
you know what it was though? It was kind of like, I respect that, but I also
Because
was
he
like,
knows he's got a good thing.
he knows he's
Yeah.
got it. And then I was like, oh, I loved reverse engineer it. See the amount of times I tried to make it and it was nowhere near. It's still nice, like, but I have it like as good as perfect right now. So I'd love to make that on it.
Okay.
But it's hard. Like to anyone, it'd probably just look like slow cooked chicken or whatever, you know. But
Yeah.
to taste, I
You
mean,
need to
it's
taste it
yeah,
and
it's
you're
unbelievable.
singing an
But that's probably my signature dish, the one that I've put most time and effort
Yeah,
into
yeah.
to try and recreate. You know.
Because you both have podcasts based in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's true.
We
That's
do.
true. I actually was thinking about
Yeah.
that earlier on. It's here, little collaboration. You come up to my ma's kitchen, we can air fry something.
Literally put it in the oven and go, well, what do you want to do?
Just 4 Asher sausage rolls, bang in the air fryer. Lift them out, red sauce, brown sauce, whatever sauce you
Dinsy's
want.
episode, you're just walking into Greg's. You're like, here, 4 sausage rolls.
What would you cook on it?
I see it was gonna be lasagna. No, but it probably wouldn't have been proper lasagna. And there's a butcher's in, I think, Ballyclare called Jackson's, right?
Right.
It is genuinely the nicest lasagna I've ever put in my mouth. It melts your mouth. Fantastic.
Right.
So good. But obviously that's more like just put it in the oven, so it's not great.
Is it kind of like a sort of lasagna? Is it?
It's like a foil tin.
Yeah, but the structural integrity of this
Oh,
lasagna,
here
is it
we
like
go.
a sloppy or is it like more cakey? If that makes
It's
sense.
more cakey. It's
Oh,
more.
great.
It's more like
Dense.
slabs of.
Yeah.
I
like the
prefer
house-
that 10 times to like just a big slop.
Yeah.
Slop lasagna,
But
like-
lasagna is basically just spaghetti bolognese cake, like it is.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But
which is why it has to be a slab. It cannot
be a
be
slab.
good.
Yeah.
Spaghetti bolognese, to be fair, would probably be my thing.
Oh, it's so basic, Daniel.
I know it is. It's.
But it's
I could just be like a picky tea. Just want to roll up ham and cheese.
Picky mix.
Podcast 10 minutes long.
There
Just
was-
be taking all out of the packets.
There was so my mom used to do this thing called ham in your hand, right?
Yeah.
Is what it says in the tin,
What
right?
it says?
If I was yes, but like if I was hungry, like doing some ham in your hand, right? It was always in your hand. I don't know why, right?
Yeah.
But I remember trick or treaters came to the house one time, obviously at Halloween, and
Put a honey roast.
we had
Are you
ran
being serious?
We had ran out of sweets. My mom was like, "Do you want some ham in your hand?" And they were like,
You're not being
and
serious.
They didn't know what she was on about. Like she probably thought it was like some sort of new sweet that just hit the streets, right? My mom comes out. My mom comes out with the deli slicer ham, like, and hey, good stuff, £2.
Town special. There you
See,
go.
if I was trick or treating and some woman
wet.
gave me ham in my hand, I'd egg her house.
Why? Lethal. Come on, man. It's ham, but it's lethal.
What would you get me? Someone gave me Maltesers, so I got a wee packet of Parma Violet, so I got a packet of Billy Bear ham here. Just, not even a packet, just straight in my hand.
No,
Big wet slice of ham.
No, Billy-
Sticking out your bucket.
no Billy Bear around near Newry. How bad? No, it's only the finest, like.
Oh,
You know what I
really?
mean? But hey, like, so we were like, I said, did I hear that right? Like,
That is
so funny.
absolutely
So
mental.
funny, but it's like, no one used to go to trick or treat and used to get like apples. You like, that's going straight at some car. You know what I mean? Like, that's going straight. Like, oh,
I'd be going to your man's house. Giving me ham.
a load of ham all over the
Dinzy organising the street because someone's put a ham in his hand. He's like, let's get to her house.
Hey, protein, like, you know what I mean? You need to get it, like,
Some
you know?
protein in your hand. Yeah, I'd probably go spaghetti bolognese. I know it's basic. What would you do?
I know I just called you basic, but I do meatball subs. But I would do the
That's not really a basic because you're sub
Yeah,
involved.
yeah.
It's a bit different.
it would be like proper.
I thought you were going to say ham sandwich.
Not even a sandwich.
Just in the hand.
Forget the bread, just straight into your hand. Just slap it right down.
Bit of Kingswell, take it out, boom.
No,
Thanks
but it
very
would
much,
be
guys.
so. There's a butcher's in the Asda and Donald called McGee's, and they do these meatballs and sauce. I would like to recreate the sauce. Meatballs, do whatever you want. I
Like
don't really care.
marinara sauce, obviously.
It's not quite a marinara sauce. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a kind of like a sweet Italian sauce.
Is it tomato based though?
Oh, tomato based, yeah. But it's sweet, and then I would get the. If we could bake some bread. I don't mind breaking some bread.
Would it be like a tomato and like sweet pepper or something possibly? I don't know.
It
I'm
could
gonna
be.
try
I don't know. Do you know what to do? I'll get you a packet next time.
Yeah,
You're
do.
in Belfast. I'm gonna get you a packet of it, and then I'll have half of it though. Cause
yeah, marinara. Here, you offering me marinara in my hand?
Big sloppy bit of marinara.
just pour it into your pockets.
Unreal. No, you both do podcasts in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
And you're a big fan of the podcast clips.
Yeah.
You had to know this, inevitable. I'm bringing this up. You posted a clip about running on holiday.
Yes.
Can I actually correct it? He didn't even post it.
Yeah, I did
enough.
on my Instagram to be fair, but then
you did?
some the guy posted on his TikTok.
Yeah.
And it wasn't fair enough, I was the one who put the clip up on Instagram, so it was taken out of context by me, but it was further taken out of context by the guy who
Imagine
posted it.
that's taken out of context. By me, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
you can just get away with saying anything then, can't you? You know what I mean?
that's out of context.
Out of context, I didn't mean it.
Even when you put it back in context, still just as bad.
Well, we'll give it a go here. I don't No, but
Dinsy's thoughts on the Jews come to light.
I've been told I can't speak on that matter.
Who by?
Aaron told me before we started.
I said Israel or whatever. I said.
Oh, fair.
He said only positive comments about Israel. So we'll just not talk about them.
No comment.
No, you were saying, I'm getting radicalised here. You were asking me something.
About
the clip?
your clip,
clip, yeah.
your clip, the TikTok clip, and the so like this NI comedy page account posted it on TikTok. They also posted a video of me, Mickey Bartlett, and Shane Todd as puppets
Yeah.
the other day,
So funny.
which is the maddest thing I've ever seen.
So rogue. Like
What is? But like, it came up on my For You page. I didn't get sent it, and I was just like, that is me as a puppet, and then went on. And the one before that was Mickey, and the one after that was Shane, and then they did one of Kieran Bartlett later. And I was like, but they got it pretty bang on. Like,
it is good in fairness.
it was great.
I feel like we're watching this guy slowly descend in the madness
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he originally was posting clips of like William and Shane, like just normal podcast clips, and then it was me slobbering about fitness people, and now it's went into like AI Muppet videos of like yourselves, and then also he posted today. I don't know if you'd seen it. Did you ever see the crosshatch video? He's posted that, but in Muppet form. So it's your guy outside filming. He's being like, "My map bought me these jeans," just as a Muppet. And it's just going to go further and further, I think, until he's just lost the plot.
Yeah, madness. But he posted yours. How many comments underneath it?
I think last time I checked, and I haven't been looking at it, 403 to be exact.
Oh my goodness!
I know,
Now, don't get me wrong. I've had a fair bit of stick before, but that is a lot. Like,
you got absolutely hung out to dry. Like. But
me?
like, no.
Oh yeah.
But like, great.
I actually
Really?
I had someone message me the other day, directly message me on Instagram, and I sent it in the group chat, didn't I? And he was like, "You're promoting an unhealthy lifestyle," and I was like, "Mate, I'm not promoting any. It'd be different. I was like selling like I don't know burgers or something. Do you know what I mean? I'm not promoting anything. I'm just a guy in the kitchen."
Yeah. Kitchen talk.
There you go.
There was someone did comment as well, being like, "Oh, he's literally sat in his kitchen." And I was like, "Yeah, it's called kitchen talk. It wouldn't make any sense if it wasn't in the kitchen."
The best bit about it was him replying to every single comment, being like, just slagging the guy off. He's like, like a guy would be like, "Oh, look at the state of you," whatever. And he'd be like, "Look at your profile picture." Blah blah blah.
No, that guy. I was more creative than that. Daniel, you're not giving me the credit there. There was one fella, and he looked like a bulldog, and his missus was even more disgusting. And I have no problem saying that because he was very rude to me. But I went on his profile, and he looks he goes to the gym, but he takes steroids, but he's also fat, so he's just round, circular. And and he said something about me, and I commented back, and I was like, "Mate, I will take grief from anyone but you. You're literally the roundest person I've ever seen. Like every part of his body was circular, his head, his biceps, his like forearms, everything. He looked like someone just like the Michelin Man almost."
Yeah.
So like, I won't lie, I caught myself like even a week after the clip been posted back on that account, just scrolling through the comments, being like, "This is the maddest stuff
But
ever."
like, I understand hearing something and going, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to disagree.
See, but like, what the maddest part about it to me is, and this is the same, I posted a clip a while back about Abbey Centre Food Court, and worst thing ever, slanging off food courts. Me about 2 weeks ago, me and the girlfriend went into town and we were in Castle Court. I was like, oh, I'm starving for something to eat. She was like, here, grab a KFC. And I was sat in the food court and realised, oh my goodness, if anyone, like 138,000 people or something saw that video, I was like, it takes one person to clock me here and film me in this food court and be like, there's your man, and I am done for. Like,
but no, what's mad about, like, the thing you said, it's a flippant comment, right?
Yeah.
But no, it is. I would probably wager you don't even really fully believe what you were saying. You were just...
Obviously, I don't care what people do on their holiday.
But you know what I mean? Like, you're just talking muck. And that's just it. It's kitchen talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You try talk 45 minutes in your kitchen about, like, nothing in general.
By yourself.
I mean? Yeah.
But, like, it's so fun. And then someone's like... So you're allowed to look at that and go, I actually enjoy it. I'm running holidays. And then live afterwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just live.
Well, that's what I think it was. Everybody giving me abuse and under the food court video is people that are obviously in Abbey Centre Food Court all the time.
Oh,
are
100%.
Going, it's a personal attack. It's probably the same. Now I will say, I think messaging you privately is mad.
That's mad.
Like, I think that's crazy.
How rattled are you?
Literally,
that you do that, like,
because you're not being called out personally. He's just he's just being like,
This is
why is he up having on holiday? And he's like, I am find this guy's personal account. Like,
it is like that group of people though. I think specifically like who are ultra into fitness and nothing else.
Yeah,
I think that's like their thing is like they have to defend it.
Yeah.
Like even the thought of like, why do you care if someone else is promoting an unhealthy lifestyle?
Yeah.
If you are so stupid that you can succumb to someone promoting an unhealthy lifestyle, it's natural selection at that point. You know what I mean?
But here you have zero willpower. If like I'm about to go on a run and I hear you talking about, that's like notice that's like me hearing your clip about going on holidays and being like, I hate running on holidays. I'm never going on holidays again. I'm just running home. It's just you're just so suggestible. You know what I mean? Like that's a you problem.
No, and I think as well, like, you're not wrong either. I don't think. I think it's like, obviously no one's to say like you're right, you're wrong, but like absolutely, if you've paid for a holiday and you're getting up and you're running, bro, have a day off.
Oh, relax, like yeah.
The thing is as well, in the podcast, I was actually talking about this specific content creator from here. I won't name him obviously, but
who is it? Not bleep him out.
Are you actually gonna bleep?
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Her and her boy, and I don't even think they did go on a run on their most recent holiday. But it was just slobbering about them, and then we were talking about it last week too, weren't we?
I think. Well,
Joe be mad if I didn't bleep that out, clipped it, sent it to her.
But see, I don't exist in this world to see all this TikTok. I don't use any of that. I really don't. Right?
To quote what you said to me on Saturday, you log on to TikTok, check how the Scudders are doing, and then
log off.
Yeah.
But like, because I don't know TikTok over lockdown, and I 2 hours disappeared from my life, and I went, no, not doing it. Now, what I have seen about specific content creators, and maybe the content creator in person, I'm a big stan. I enjoy that content.
Okay.
Now, only because I'm going, what are they doing? I'm like, Andy here, she is flat out. She's
not on her hands.
But you know what I mean? I don't even understand. Like, see, you're like, and then people get into the micro politics of all the different things, and you know, and then I seen there was some sort of beef, some sort of like about all the load of
group
the
chat drama or something.
I had no idea about
I
any of that.
haven't actually seen it. What is it?
So I don't know loads about it. I just know that there was a group of this is a stupid sentence. Group of content creators from here slobbering about like a bunch of other content creators, right?
That sounds like life, bro. You know what I mean?
and like then like it got leaked like who it was. You know, there's a rat in the group, El Rata Alada, and like they then like everybody's going after these girls, and I'm like, again, everybody has a group chat. You know, where someone's giving off about something. Or whatever.
You can't
it's never
usually.
Never usually that deep.
Malicious, yeah.
It's
like
never usually.
malicious,
It's just like this person's this. Or whatever.
But it's all these things, especially when you link like fame, notoriety, and all into it as well. People get it's a personal attack on them. Like it comes down to the thing where you're saying back to the you know running on holidays, like. If somebody makes that their whole personality or whatever, and then someone all of a sudden comes and disagrees with that, they feel it's a personal attack on them, and then they feel that the onus is on them to be like, "You're actually fat. What are you on about?" You know what I mean? You're like what? You know?
And do you know my dad as well? Is not that I hate talking about it. Not that I hate talking about it, but it was like you don't want to beat a dead horse. Do you know what I mean? It was like it was popular for like a week and then it died off a bit. But we'll talk about it now. But my dad rang me about it and he goes, "It's not like they're telling you anything you don't know." And I was like, probably not what you're meant to say right now, to be honest.
in a weird way, that's kind of comforting.
Yeah, no, it was to be fair.
I see. Part of me thinks as well. It is a bit of like those group chats that these people are in. They're not friends, if that makes sense. Not speaking for them, but I mean, like in terms of like, it's not like they've all met each other and known each other for years. It's like, oh, you've 12,000 followers, you've 12,000 followers. Let's make a wee group chat together, and then it's obviously like, well, let's just wring one of them out to dry as soon as we need to. Like, do you know what I mean? It's,
For their own,
it's that
you sell someone down the river, like especially if it is money and livelihood involved, then it's dog eat dog. Like, but you're saying about like he had comments on. I thankfully I've escaped for the most part. Like obviously there's a couple of
few scutters got a bit.
One of them, somebody was like, "This is a hard watch," and I was just obviously the classic.
And then you commented hard while watching.
Hard while watching, yeah. But like, it's a classic reply. But like, and Talal messaged me. He was like, "What are you replying to hate comments for, you balloon?" I was like, I couldn't help myself. But there was a couple of clips on me and on Adam's podcast. I was chatting about a woman from Uri, and there was a whole thing like, I mean, she's obviously got mental health issues, whatever. But I wasn't like taking the mick out of her as a person. I was just saying, objectively speaking, the behaviour's funny, right, in this certain context, right? Probably not a very nice thing to say. Fair enough. She's got OCD. I've got OCD. It's all right? Be all right. That's my. But I changed her name in the pod because I'm like, people in Uri know her from Uri, but I changed her name.
She hasn't asked to be talked about on the podcast.
Exactly.
You can still do it, but don't take the mick with it.
Yeah, within reason. You know what I mean? And I think it's a comedy podcast at the end of the day. Things are funny. Hard luck. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's it. Like, that's it. But
that's my attitude today, doing that X-Men joke, kill your darlings. Things are funny. Hard luck. Sorry about it.
But so people were commenting underneath it being all like, I can't even remember what they were saying, but they were like, first of all, her name's blah. And I was like, I know. And then all these things. But I do understand that it's quite a sensitive thing because it's a potentially vulnerable person, whatever. You know what I mean? I do understand it, but again, two things to be true at once. I was a wee bit tongue in cheek, a wee bit mean, but ultimately, it's funny.
There's ways to do it.
There's ways to do
it this way. There's another Northern Irish based podcast that would sooner have that person as a guest in their podcast.
Well, yeah,
and that's probably where an issue is.
Yeah,
and you go, well, at what point are you using this person for your own benefit? And
watch out, he might offer you a fur digger.
Taking advantage of it.
The weirdest hate comments I find are the ones that are like just saying it's not funny, and it's like I don't really like because it's obviously comedy subjective, and I think if you're stupid enough to comment, I didn't find this funny, you're not going to understand what subjective means to begin with.
I often thought about changing the name of this podcast to something like podcast equipment needs to be more expensive, or like whatever. You ever see those like? And I tell you what, they rattle me. They absolutely rattle me. Like there was even in that Castle Corp one, it's people just being like, you should have a license. Microphones are too cheap and all this stuff, and I'm going like, brother, please, if we do this for 5 years, stop it. Like,
I hear these roads, expensive.
Yeah, they are not too cheap. No. They are bang on the money.
Even these, I am very much enjoying these arms.
They're put it this way. A while back, we were getting into the intricacies. A while back, I was like, how do we make this like the most chill environment for like just having a chat? And the conclusion was arms like that are like,
you can move about and
don't have to touch anything. You can move.
Yeah, and they don't pick up the sound very.
I need to get a wee bit of WD-40 in this one, like, but like
you're up and down. You haven't stopped moving.
I know.
I'm like, am I not moving mine enough?
No, I've not. I definitely have. Like, thankfully,
he's edging his microphone.
Just keeping it to the end there. Thankfully, they don't really pick up that much, which is why you can kind of move them about. But I do find I'm always like, I don't know, it's something to touch.
Footering,
footering.
I honestly, right. So I'm gonna get something right now, right. And this is, I'm taking these all behind the veil here of the whole Otter Scotter thing, right. Me and I'll do these sketches, Otter Scotter, don't worry about it, right? But
here, host of Otter Scotter.
Host of Otter Scotter, right? I'm not even that culty now. Out of context.
Bro, you're the most culty guy I've ever met in my life, man.
What did you say?
When I talk to you, my accent changes because you are so thick with the culty. Like, I'd be driving home being like, oh, sure, anyway. And I'm like, mate, that I am hanging about with Soupy too much.
What was the phrase he said earlier on? I ate the back door butter. Yeah. I'm not that country now.
Yes, that's. Yeah.
But know what it is, right? I'm from a wee village or township outside of Newry, right?
Right, okay.
And don't get me wrong, I'm 3 minutes away from boys who smell like feces, right? But I'm also 2 minutes away from people who live in the city, and you're you know what I mean. So I'm perfectly in the middle. So I am an observer of the I've never stepped foot in a farm in my life. I would be stone useless if I stood in a farm, right? But I understand when I come up here, people are like, who is that? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Where is that?
City boy.
He's speaking Middle English.
I do think though, for people who live in the country though, you like whenever you hear culture, you think actual farmers. I just think anyone outside of like Belfast, maybe like
one of the first things that's mad. You calling people from Bangor culture?
No, outside of Bangor.
I know what you mean.
Culture's up in Bangor, hey.
But one of the first things. One of the first things I said on stage was like, "Oh, from your area, I'm a culture, but like a real culture, not like, you know, your type of culture where if you don't live within 100 yards of Victoria Square, you're a culture kind of thing." You know, that was the whole thing. But like, I do understand it. But like, I see with the whole other Scotter thing. Like, I found myself then saying these phrases and like hamming it up and beefing it up, but unintentionally. And then I come up here, and even on stage there a couple weeks ago, I think I was emceeing, and I said something mad, like when I was emceeing that POV gig we done there the other day, and I was like, not one person in this room understood.
You just said the other day. That was so thick with it. Like,
that's a Newry thing though. I'm near sure the other day.
That's mad. Yeah. No, I wouldn't. Mad. Like, that's crazy.
I love accents and all that. You know, classic. Scottish dialect and all, you know yourself.
The master of the Scottish tongue.
Master of the Scottish tongue. It's not working.
The dialect coach.
Funny enough, whenever his ma used to call him in, like his ma used to call Chrissy, and Chrissy was a Scottish fellow we grew up with. You know, classic nightgown and all, everything on. Christopher, right, screaming, right. You'd hear like the birds fly away and all, right. And like he used to be like halfway up the street, and we'd always be like, 50p tins of beans, right? Every day. He used to get so fuming every day, and he'd always run back and try and bother us, and then he was always late back for his dinner, and his ma would always go mad. It was just rinse and repeat all the time. But so that's what I was saying about Ulster Scotland. I'm not even cultural.
Brother, honestly.
What's your favourite accent?
I do love a Scottish accent because it was one of the first like different ones I was introduced to. But like, I don't actually know. I love all the different accents from here. Like, see, even where I'm from, like, it's probably similar to, like, you've got a different accent to you, and these are, like, tiny wee small things.
Yeah.
But see, even, like, around the more country you get, like, you go 5 minutes one way, you have to hire a translator, like, you know what I mean? It's crazy, like, and when I went to secondary school, like, people speak so, I met my first culture in secondary school, and I was like, I'm in the wrong place, like, you know what I mean?
Did you say when you were making the other Scotter videos, you almost have a Scotter accent, like a specific you're doing that is,
but it's like it's obviously a character, or kind of, but it's still me. It's weird.
Young
you know
fella.
what I mean?
Yeah.
No, young fella.
Tell Dinzy about your beef at Banbridge.
Oh, hi, ba, right? Here we go, Scott, right? So I was coming back from a gig one night. I had to drive through Banbridge, right? Got to the first exit into Banbridge, right? Before, I don't even know, right? But it was blocked off. They were doing roadworks, right? So I had to go around by like the outlet, and then I went through Banbridge to try and get out the eye, and it didn't let me out. So it was still blocked off. So I had to go through, like, had to try and go around with Friday or something. And then there was some other way. I was like, I think I can go around this way. Lost track of what I was doing, right? I was just driving, like, it was like 12 at night, something, right? And I was coming back from a gig. It was whatever. And I ended up taking the motorway, and I was like, oh, I'm going the right way now. I found the motorway, sweet. I zoned out, and then I just got to this roundabout, Hillsborough roundabout, and I was like, oh my I'm in Hills, and I was like, I went back, so I was like, right, sweet.
It's late at night, like, as
it's
well.
late at night, right? So, and then I was like, oh, disaster. So it goes, right, go back down to Banbridge, and then just go through Banbridge, and you have to go through Riff Island and all. It's a whole handling, right? And long story short, couldn't get out of Banbridge, right? I mean, every road I took me back to Banbridge, right?
And you had very little petrol.
Right, no, this happened one other time before you were in the group chat, right? And I couldn't get to Banbridge, and then my map wasn't working properly. It kept taking me to wrong turns, and then I finally took the right turn, and then I just like drove around all these country roads, and I just took me straight back into Banbridge. And I was like, it was like The Shining, right? And I was fuming. So I'm sending this voice note, and then I had to slam on the brakes because I missed a turn at one stage, and my bottle of '𝐒𝐿 came off and hit the ground. But like, do you know when all those small things annoy you? And I'm going, it's flattening all in my head, right? I was going mad. So I sent a voice note into the voice. Finally got my way around, right? No bother. And then fast forward a few months later, you were all in the group chat and whatever, and lo and behold, roadworks, Banbridge, and I actually messaged the boys and goes, oh boys, roadworks again, no, right? And same thing happened again, but I didn't go all the way back to Hillsborough this time. Couldn't get out of Banbridge, right? And then I had to go round to near Lochbricklin to try and get back on the motorway. Wouldn't let me onto the motorway anywhere, but I could see cars on the motorway, and I'm shouting to the car. I said a video with it, shouting to the car, "How did you get on? How did you get on?" And I'm screaming. My car's on like 15 miles.
The best thing I've ever seen.
But I'm going mad, and then I'm taking a video of me, and I see the motorway off in the distance, and I see a wee sign for Newry, and I'm going, happy days, here we are, right? So I take my phone out and go, this is the moment where I finally get on the motorway, and I'm gonna celebrate, right? And I get back round, and I see cars in the motorway, and I'm driving, and I just take this wee corner. All you see is a load of cones, road closed, and I lose
Lost
myself,
it,
don't I? Like I start
But
going
it was
mad.
so
like,
late at night, and you kept saying like, "I have no petrol." I was going to go. I think I was like, mate, you need to go get petrol because you're gonna just end up stopping somewhere, and that'll be.
It was a disaster. I was stuck in Banbridge for ages, and see every time, like sometimes they do have roadworks in Banbridge, like, and sometimes before I come to Belfast, I'll look up and see if there's going to be roadworks in Banbridge, and like I've debated cancelling a gig before if there's roadworks. I'm like, I'm not getting stuck in that, like. But and I feel like the road changes every time I go to drive it or something. It's mad. Maybe I'm just goosed, like.
Can I play the voice note you sent me on the way here to be like, oh, I'm gonna be late?
Oh yeah, it's quite funny to be fair.
This is great.
Hello mate, sorry. I might be like 10 minutes late. I'm just getting onto the motorway now.
Left. Left onto Sydenham bypass.
At least, if anything, he's got integrity, right?
Oh,
Going on to the motorway now, bear left. It's a fast.
Sydenham bypass.
Just in case I didn't believe you. Hold Siri.
No, that's what I was worried about because I overthink everything. So I was like, is he going to think I've made Siri do that just so I can prove to him that I was actually on the way here?
Right, Siri.
What a long walk.
I
to the
made here
well.
just. Oh yeah, I know. I mean, here there was someone. Oh no, it was you guys. Remember last time?
Oh, disaster.
You and Adam came on, and it was like, may as well. I was like, here, come for like 1, and may as well said 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it was like 10 to 2 by the time I got there.
Yeah,
But I had to go collect Adam, and the thing, see, coming from Newry, like, it takes about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, depending on where it is. Like, but see, the traffic sometimes is a disaster, and then obviously it's hard to predict the times and all. I don't even know. Like, I don't operate in this sphere. Like, I'd be thinking, I just assume there's gonna be no traffic everywhere. You know what I mean? And I get the Belfast, go, there's cars here.
Newry is like Narnia. Like I can count my hands on my time I've been to Newry, and probably one of them was doing that podcast.
Yeah,
and like everything I hear about it is kind of against my own will, and like I just hear I'm like, this place is mad.
I'm looking to get down. I would be one who would be. I'd hate anything. It's not in my eyes a proper city.
Yeah.
But I am keen on Newry now because it is close to. Now, hear me out. I don't know how to pronounce this, and I feel like you'll say it a different way to me. Roscommon?
not Roscommon. Yeah.
No, but I feel like you're.
It's not close to Roscommon.
It's not.
I think it's nowhere near Roscommon.
It's
How
not?
far away would it
I'm
be?
almost certain it's not nowhere near Roscommon. And I hear
What am
not
I
a big
thinking of?
geography guy.
Where's Kodak Corner?
Kodak Corner. Rostraver.
Rostraver, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
Rostraver.
Where's
Yeah.
Roscommon?
Roscommon is
That's like
far.
Ireland somewhere.
Yeah,
That's
Ireland
what I was
somewhere.
talking about. Rostraver. Oh, that's
Rostraver.
why. You see, you said different. What do you say?
Rostraver.
I say Ross Traver, as in like
Right.
my two mates, Ross and Traver. But you say Ross Traver.
Ross, Trevor, and Dinzy away to the 18th tonight.
But I want to go down there, and then I want to try that La Dolce. Is it La Dolce?
So, I put it this way: I have 5 years' experience in eating Dolce Vita. Right? Great.
Okay.
It's great.
Okay.
Right? It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's a cult classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Pulp Fiction if it was a feed. Right? Fuck, it's so stupid. But Kodak Corner is lovely. Do go to Kodak Corner. Kodak Corner is
Aye.
lovely. It's up Kilbrony Mountain. Go up to the big stone, all the way in behind it, and Kodak Corner is great.
Man, ones you need a bird to do it with or something. If you do it with your mates, it's a wee bit.
Well,
If you go with
see,
your two mates, Ross and Trevor, it's a wee bit. You know, what are you three getting up to up there? Like broke back mountain.
but so yeah, and try Dolce Vita as well. I can give you a list of different places if you want to try different food spots in your as well.
Friar Tuck. I need to go
Friar
to Friar
Tuck's.
Tuck.
Yes, Niall told me about there as well. Actually.
Niall told me about it, and
Yeah.
I was like, I must try that.
Yeah.
And then on the way, I passed the turn in for it, and I went, oh, well,
That's done. Yeah.
I'm not going back.
But no, I do love Newry, like, right, I do, but it's very easy to frown upon your hometown, like, you know what I mean? It's a very easy target as well, because there is nothing going on. Like sometimes
Here is just a car showroom. Like it's one big car showroom.
but it's a big industrial estate, like,
Yeah.
really, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
but
100%.
you are on the cusp of
Belfast.
You know what I mean? Whereas I come back on Saturday night from gigs, like, and then whenever I finally get through Banbridge, I come into Newry and I go, I'll do a wee lap around Newry here to see like 3 people out. And I'm
Seriously?
like, what's happening? Like, people used to come from Belfast to go to the Relic in Newry. Right now, this is probably a while ago, but it used to happen.
Hey.
Right? But
Don't worry about it. Try that this afternoon, sure. Don't worry about it. You missed it. Don't worry about it.
bleep that.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, it's just. But I do love it for what it is. Like, it does have its own wee thing. It is naturally beautiful. You got Restrepo and stuff like that as
There
well.
is
But
a now this is I do engineering for work, and like I find bridges. I get a bit of a boner for bridges.
Like your
So
wee
and
bridge
there's a I think it's an aqueduct that goes through Newry that the train goes along.
the Craigmore Viaduct,
Oh
18
my-
arches.
But it's what a piece of architecture. Like,
Here,
oh my god!
It is.
Honestly,
Oh my god, no.
I had to check myself to be honest.
it is a feat of human engineering. Like,
Whenever I was on the train going down to Dublin, I've only got the train like once. It was blocked the first time. The second time was when I actually noticed it, and I goes, I feel awful high up here, and I was looking down, and then I went into work and I like got it up on our like
piece
maps,
of
and I was looking at this aqueduct, and I thought, oh, what a piece of machinery that is.
I can see that whole aqueduct from my bedroom.
Oh, that's what a sight.
It is honestly such a great view.
No, it's honestly it's nuts. It's like just a big like bridge, but it's not just a
It's
bridge.
18, it's 18 arches. It's the what is it?
It's not the thing on the way to
It's not-
Dublin.
Is it a viaduct?
On the way to Dublin. It's a viaduct. Yeah.
A big, massive bridge. I'm
No,
thinking
that's
something
on
else.
the no. That's a
No, that's
different thing
that's
altogether.
Strada
Right.
or
Yes.
Drogheda, as you should
That's
probably
where
say.
Battle of Boyne is.
I know.
Is that,
Yeah, I think
is
it
that
is,
not
yeah.
in the Boyne?
Yeah.
Is Drogheda in the Boyne?
It might be.
No. You know what?
I
I haven't a clue.
haven't
But
a clue.
it's in Drogheda, that big bridge with the big. It's
The old lines.
all the
that's what I'm
wires.
talking
Yeah.
That's what I'm
But
talking
the 18 arches, lovely. I think it was 1840, and it was like the largest aqueduct in Europe. I want to say something like that.
Why
Or
do you
the-
know so much
Where
about
are
it?
you
as well?
pulling that from?
What are you talking
Are you
about?
talking-
I live beside it. You know what I mean? I've googled it before.
Who are you two? He's going, what a beautiful piece of machinery.
Yeah,
Like 1840 was like the longest.
No,
If I died and went to the most
Very-
boring place in the entire planet.
Oh, you do. You're really. You need to get out and see a viaduct, mate. Honestly,
Yeah,
There-
you get out and see
there's
one, that's
actually-
great.
I know you don't like Banbridge, but there is a mighty fine viaduct in Banbridge as well.
Whereabouts that?
Oh, I don't know. It's actually on the way back up from Dublin. I got the bus up, so it's going on the motorway. It's only
That
2
sounds
times
like a
the
euphemism. Oh, you are a mighty fine viaduct.
No, it's very tall, so it is. I don't. It's disused now, like, but there was actually people climbed it when it was like while it was out of use, and they bungee jumped off it.
Mad.
So they did. Wouldn't be doing that now, but it's good to look at least.
yeah.
Honestly, look up, get a viaduct.
Get up the 18 arches. Get a type in Craigmore Viaduct.
Jimmy,
right?
pull that up.
But here, now I'm probably wrong with 1840 and the large viaduct, but I did read up about it recently. You know,
no,
mad.
it's wide. It's 18 spans. Like,
Yeah. It's unreal.
That there?
look at that, mate.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
I'll put a picture on the screen.
That's home. That's what that
That's
is.
gorgeous. Like, and when you're going on
fair
when
enough.
you're on the train going down to Dublin on that, you've got like the Newry to your left, you've got the Mourns to your right. It might not be that sort of setup.
This is more like a kind of impressive photo, I think.
I can see how way about it, actually.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Fair enough. That's good.
Let me see. We used to climb on top of it, get blocked.
It's very Red Dead.
It is Red Dead, yeah.
Very
yeah.
Red Dead, very Red
No,
Dead.
we had a carrier. We used to camp out underneath the 18 arches, and we were on top of it one day. I remember like walking across it one day and being like, "This is a bad idea." But see, trains come, you're goose like.
Or if you slip and fall and die.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Yeah, but
Dinzy
yeah,
bungee jumping off the top.
I must say, sending an invite for that 18th.
Dinzy bungee jumping off a viaduct on your 18th birthday party.
What an entrance.
What a beautiful piece of machinery.
A feat of human engineering.
If you get a bungee cord to hold me out as a fake
All those lines from that bridge and draw it. Boys, right before we go, here we've run out of time. I know this is going to be old news by the time this podcast comes out. I'm sorry. 100 men versus gorilla. Who's winning?
You know what? Hey,
Here we go.
I don't care. No, I'm joking. I think I was looking up all the different the bone density and the muscles and all of this gorilla, right? And how it's like 3 or 4 times.
Were
stronger
you
than
doing
man.
this?
What?
Were you doing that right enough? Looking up the bone density of the gorilla? And everything?
I researched a wee bit. Man, I be thinking, right?
Socrates said that as well.
I think, therefore I am. Hey. So I was looking it up, and then I seen some sort of 4D 3D renders of like the fight and all, and I'm going, the physics aren't right. So honestly, I think weapon. It depends what. There's many variables. It depends what man you're getting. You know what I mean? Are we going for average, scrawny? Are we going for us?
Yeah,
You know, just
average
dudes,
people,
right?
People in the
Not
group
a
chat,
chance you
different
said
builds.
scrawny and then put me in the same
Oh,
sentence.
yeah.
Please.
But I said average.
Me? Thank you so much.
You need a +1 to 18th, see it? But I think, listen, you would definitely lose a lot of men, right? You would get some of them.
Do you think would win?
The man.
Do you think a gorilla? Kill.
Yes.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Assuming no one runs away and the gorilla doesn't run away and the amygdala is turned off and everybody and there's no fight or flight, right?
Yeah.
Or it's turned strictly to fight, right?
What did you just call your amygdala?
It's amygdala. It's called
I was going to make a joke and it was not okay to make.
Do it after, I want to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, talking muck here, right? I genuinely think the gorilla would just absolutely mince.
I also agree. Gorilla?
No,
Or
man.
Man, you think
Yeah.
man?
I don't think you understand how we are the peak of human evolution. Not me personally.
Clip that and put the holiday running thing on it.
Yes. 400 comments.
400 comments. I would love to see a gorilla take you apart, mate. No, I think the men. I think they're underestimating the power of the human strength.
Fair.
Like 100 men, like 100. You know, that's a wild Saturday night. 100 men.
You know what's also true as well, right? So you know people can accomplish great feats of strength with adrenaline
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
all the like lift cars and shit. Like I think don't get me wrong, it's not a clean win. The gorilla's not going to be unscathed. You know what I mean?
Aye.
But I think it depends where you got tactics and all. You know what I mean? It is hard to know. Like there's only one way to find out.
I do not. I think that
Podquest, let's do it.
all the
You know?
100 men need to do is just find a way to pin the gorilla down. Which with the massive 100 men, you can pin the gorilla down, like, and at that point, it's like, I don't know, poke its eyes out or put your hand up its arse.
But know what it is as well.
Did you see that video of the XL bully attacking someone the other day, and the guy just run and just right up its
Here,
arse?
he looks like
Some technique on him.
oh unbelievable.
I wonder if he takes it to his bookings. He's going to this 18th tonight.
You're right, and he was going at it too. He would get 10 his elbow, Andy. So he would.
Tricky one.
Give her a shoe, man.
Right, boys, thank you very much for coming on. It's been fantastic.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks very much for having us.
We get you back on soon. June 27th, B Team, Limelight. Soupy will be there. I'm sure you'll be there.
I'll be there, just to drink and have crack.
You're going to the 18th after it. Thanks very much to Go Barbecue Co for sponsoring the podcast. We'll be back next week with probably an episode not as good as this. Right, see you later. Goodbye.